Hi, Eva.
Hello, Karen.
How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I love your hair. So cute.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So, jumping right in. Can you go ahead and, share your daily information and from your screen? I'm going to give you the host, right? So that you can share your screen. Let's see. All right. You should be able to share now.
Okay. Hopefully it shares the right one. Um, do you see my screen?
Not yet. So maybe still thinking.
I might have to give you access. Usually it works on here, but
Yeah, it's supposed to just work.
share. Let's see. There's like multiple things on here. Let's try that. Allow, okay. Hmm.
So maybe if you try leaving the particular tab open and then share, I'm sure you
It
should be able to find that.
good. It's because I need to give you here, I'll do it really quick. I need to give you access, like a privacy thing. So let's see if I unlock it if it will work.
Give me access.
Yeah, it's saying for like Zoom, like I have to unlock it so that I can share my screen, which
Okay, that's a new one. I haven't heard that one before.
there we go. So it
Okay,
should work. Do you see anything?
not
No?
yet. So
Mm. All right. Well, technical difficulties. I might actually have to have my husband come and help me really
it's
quick if that's
okay.
okay. It's well, she said she can't see it. I mean, I'll probably because I'm sharing the wrong screen then. I want to share this one. Okay. See. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave the meeting and come back, but when I come back, it'll let me. I'm gonna share the screen and I'm gonna move her up here. Okay, can you see it now? Yeah.
Yes, I can see it now. That's good.
Okay, took a while. We got it.
All right.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and lead the daily scrum.
Mhm.
So then I was,
So
yeah.
so hold on before we get started. Were you able to put your work in a sprint? If not, we can do that before you speak from it.
Yeah, I was. However, I don't know if I did it correctly. So I definitely would
Right.
love
Let's see what you
advice.
did.
Okay. So I created two epics, like you had said,
Good.
and I created stories under the epics, and you had told
Mhm.
me to create the stories as like the
Yes.
module.
Mhm.
And so I did module one, module two, three, four under epic one, and then under epic two, I did five, six, seven, and eight. I did create a timeline. Again, this was a little bit like kind of made up because I didn't really know like what the timeline was that you wanted. But I put
Which is expected. That was thoughtful of you. So
okay. So I
mhm.
just put like when we started the class and then like 2 weeks later, and then I broke it up into like 2 week sprints, basically.
That's great.
So that's the
Mhm.
timeline. But I did have a question because I thought that this was supposed to be called the product backlog or like the roadmap. I thought this was supposed to be like the roadmap, and this was going to be the
Yeah,
sprint backlog.
Jira calls it timeline. So, however, it serves two purposes. It serves as the timeline, as you
Yeah.
can see, the timelines. And then
Right.
it also serves as a roadmap in the sense that just setting up the timeline, you would see that it will give you a roadmap view on when each epic will, so which epic will be released first before the
Okay.
next, just like that. So that is why it also doubles as a roadmap.
And then I tried
See.
to also I tried to also create the release, kind of like following your
Mhm.
video.
Yeah.
And it did not let me do that. Let it assign me to myself. It let me put in the dates I wanted. But then I thought there was supposed to be like a fix something or release something, and I was supposed to be able to
Fixed
create it.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect you to do all that, but
See, I always
that's
take
very
things to
good.
the nth degree. So I really,
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah,
that's
I'll
really good. Yeah, normally I would not even bother going into that deep with level one. So,
okay.
but yeah, so let's just park that for today.
Okay.
That's not the focus, but yeah, so far you've done an amazing job putting all this together.
Thank you.
So, if you would go to your sprint backlog view, just go to board where it says board. Let's see what it is. Yeah, so that's actually the sprint backlog, but Jira calls it board. All right, we don't have items in there, so you're yet to plan your sprints. So can you please go back to the product backlog here? Backlog, yeah. All right, awesome. So I think you already figure out the structure of this program. So we will have two sprints in this
Okay.
program. Hold on. So module 1 to 4 will be completed within sprint one, which
Right.
is the first 2 weeks. And then module 5 to 8 will be completed in the second sprint, and then we will be done. So now, so far, we've completed one module because you needed to make sense out of what's going on before you could create your own sprints. But normally, we should be starting a sprint even before doing any works because we don't want to do work outside of the sprint backlog. All right. With that said, yes, good job. Keep pulling them until you get to 4. All
Part
right.
one. There we go.
So at this point, you will need to set your sprint um cadence, your sprint dates. So if you click on the little pencil where it says Scrum Sprint 1,
This one.
no, the first one, the very, very first one. Yeah, right there. Okay, that's where you enter all your information. So first go to duration. No, no, yeah, right there. So set for 2 weeks. So you see, because you selected the start date, it has automatically given you an end date, which is 2 weeks. So you need to enter your sprint goal. So what's your sprint goal?
It is. Um, basic, well, I don't know. I mean, I just high level, I'm thinking the primary sprint goal is to complete modules 1 through 4 and to have a basic understanding of the Scrum framework and
Yeah,
agile
that would
value
be
principles.
good. Good. That'll be a good place to start. But again, yeah, go ahead and put that, and then I would add some context to it. So I like to always relate things to what you would experience in the real world. So in the real world, don't be surprised that all the teams you would find yourself working with, they would not even know what the sprint goal is. And they will not even know that there is a field inside this JIRA that you need to enter a sprint goal, and they would always just ignore it. So um, sometimes people would assume that, oh, the agile has been around forever, so teams should be doing all those things, but they're not. Just know that. So you will be the one to, for the most part, you will be the one to help them introduce these things. So these are little things that they're not doing, which is one of the like the most important things. So that would be like your quick win, you know. So going back to the sprint goal conversation, yes, we have that established, but I would just like to also give you like a little understanding on what I would expect as a good sprint goal. So I'll consider it. So when you're writing your sprint goal, think about your either you're using the OKR format, that is O stands for objective, K stands for key, and then R stands for result. So I would suggest you use the OKR format so that you can capture the objective and then you capture the key result. And when I talk about key result, you need to come up with something measurable. Like let's say we plan to do everything you said, you already captured the objective, but you would need to come up with some key result, maybe to enhance your agile understanding from 2% to 4 to 20% within 2 weeks.
So measurable goal, something that you can
Yes.
actually
Yeah, so that's
find.
OKR. So there are two techniques. You can either leverage the OKR technique or use your SMART. SMART is the common one that a lot of people know.
That's the only one I would probably
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
Yes.
but for the OKR, you said it's objective. Um,
Objective and key result. That's the meaning of OKR. It's a whole concept in agile though, but it's a new concept that it's becoming a whole domain on its own that people actually go take training just like they would take a Scrum training just to be certified as an OKR practitioner. That's really what it is.
would an okay result in this scenario? Well, I guess it would have to actually include two epics, but basically it would be past, the PSM.
Yeah, so think about it. This is only half of what we will cover to for you to be able to pass a PSM. So you see, that's why if you set that as your result for the first 2 weeks, clearly you will not achieve that.
So what
See,
would be like an actual result from this in the first 2 weeks?
so
That's
maybe
measurable.
within the okay, so I think I already gave an example on what I would consider as the key result. So think about if I ask you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 with your agile understanding right now, your agile and Scrum understanding, how would you rate yourself? What will be the number? Just give me a number on a scale of 1 to 10.
Um, I'll probably say five.
Okay. Even though I don't think it's up to 5, but that's a good way of thinking. So you use an example like after you're done with this first 4 modules, you would want your understanding to improve from 5 to 8. So within 2 weeks, 2 weeks is automatically the time box right there.
Yeah.
So a good OKR should be time bound.
Oh, sorry. I
Yes.
meant like five, like that would be what I would accomplish because it's half of the program. So if you stayed
Okay,
at
I thought you
10,
said 5, that's where you are right now. That's your
no,
current
oh, sorry,
state.
like I meant like five, like that's where I should be at the end for the result.
Okay, so what's your current state?
Probably a zero. I mean, I think any participant, if they're coming in not knowing anything, it would be maybe a zero.
I
One,
don't think it's a zero either.
what?
I would rate you as a 2, something like
Okay.
that from day
Okay.
one. Yeah, because again, speaking with you from day one, I think you have a very smart mind and you will capture things really easily. To be honest with you, I'm talking in comparison with the people I've worked with in this program over the years. So, which is why I wouldn't even put you at a 0.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
So
All
that's a
right.
good rate.
Mhm. Yeah, so again, I just the message here when it comes to OKR, again, this is not an OKR class, but I think it's beneficial for you to know. The message here is that a good OKR, okay, a good goal should capture an objective, or should capture the what, should capture the why, and it should be time bound, and it should be measurable. So it should be measurable is the same as quantifiable. So you should have some quantifiable data. It should be time bound. You should have the what, and then it should have the why. So that's it. All right. So moving forward, please click on update, and then let's go do the daily scrum. All right. So right now, okay, please go back to your sprint backlog, the board. Why don't you have your items in there? All right, can you go back to the backlog? Did you start the
Oh,
sprint?
start. You have to start.
Okay, so you need to click on start sprints. Right, awesome.
Okay, there we go.
Good. So now that's exactly, you just did the sprint planning. You just did a sprint planning actually, but there are some other things that would typically go into an actual sprint planning event that we have not touched because you're not there yet. So, but yeah, this is a great start. All right. So at this point, I'd like you to update your board right now to reflect the progress, and then before you actually communicate your daily.
So I've done this. I've completed module 1.
Okay.
So,
So all what you need to do is drag it and drop
oh,
it in done column.
okay.
Done. Because you're done with it.
Okay, there we go.
Right.
And then module 2, I got through most of it, but not all of it. I still have 20 minutes left of the video because I've been taking like really meticulous notes. So I'm
Okay.
just
So
in
should be
progress.
in progress. Yeah. So actually, I
Oh,
want you to I want you to add one more column.
okay.
I'd like you to add one more column, which we're gonna call review,
Okay.
like this classes we're having, right? Because normally you will complete your user stories, but you don't just want to put them in done.
Yeah.
Developers would need to review it, peer review, to ensure that it is really done, which is what we are
Doesn't the
doing in
product
class.
owner, the PO does that, right? They review it before.
No, it depends. So no, so peer review normally is being peer reviewed by the developers. So they'll double check that, and once they think it's so in a real actual environments, they typically have like 6 or 7 different columns here, really based on their specific needs. But by standard, the easiest would be to have 4 columns. Have the review columns where once they think they are done with it, they'll put it in review, and another developer will come peer review it.
Mm.
That you're doing your peer, you're reviewing for your peer, right? And then once you think it's actually completed, and then you now tag it to the product owner. See, and then the product owner at this point, oh, okay, they typically have another column called signed off, but for the sake of this class, we don't need to do that. They'll have another column called signed off.
Mm.
So after the review, it will be a signed off column. And thank you. And so when that person will peer review it, they will put it in the signed off column. That's where the PO now comes in.
Okay.
And then double check it. If everything is good, the PO will now sign it off and put it in the done column. See? So yeah, that's really
Does
again,
the PO does
again,
touch the Scrum board then as well? The sprint.
yes.
Okay. Not
Yeah,
just
the
the
PO
backlog.
actually, yeah, the PO do. But
Okay.
you would not see the POs. The PO should not be, they should not be assigning any stories to the PO, anything like that. The PO only comes to check,
Okay.
if it meets that definition of done. And then if it does, it goes into that done column. Again, let me state this. That is the best
Right
practice. But
way.
in reality, you will see all these different things.
Hmm.
The PO would not even be comprehending when you're telling them that they should be checking these things. Like they think you're just trying to make their life miserable. So yeah, they will need some coaching to finally get it, that it's
Buy-in.
extremely important and it's a part of their job to do it. you know, they would think a scrum master should be doing it. They would think it's wild out
I'm
there.
not a developer. I can't review your code.
Yeah.
Sorry.
One of my mentees, the past, I think that was 3 years ago, he said something that I always make me laugh every time. He said it's real in the scrum streets.
Oh, it's right.
So that was one of the funniest things I've heard. I'm like, bro, it's actually real in the scrum streets.
So it's like
Uh,
real life versus
yeah,
like
yeah, like the
actual, you know,
struggle
like
is real. The struggle is real. It's not as easy as you just come read the Scrum guide and everything sound very straightforward and easy, and you expect these people to just
oh yeah.
understand this thing and do it. It's not the
It's
case.
like IG versus real life. Like
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's good. So at this point, so module one, we actually done with it, right? Because we reviewed that already. So do you want to put it in the done column?
okay. And like you mentioned, we would have something here or
Mhm. Signed off.
kind of.
So, but again, we don't need that. We don't need that here. All right. And then normally for today, if you had completed your level two, your module two, I would expect it to be in review column. See, but since it's not complete, then yeah, it makes sense that it stays in progress. So at this point, can you please go ahead and share?
Oh, okay. So okay, I'm gonna share or I'm having you share. I'm
No, your
leading it.
daily scrum. I need you to go ahead and provide. Yeah,
Okay.
you are
So
actually, but it's just you and I. So
okay. Okay, so yeah, I guess you asked me. So I accomplished what I accomplished today. What I accomplished yesterday was I downloaded Jira. I watched the YouTube video regarding Jira, and I worked on this assignment in Jira, creating epics and stories. And then today I worked on the module two. I got through an hour and 40 minutes. I still have 20 more minutes left. And I did take meticulous notes and was able to dive into more of the duties of PO, the Scrum Master, and the team, and what accountability is, what servant leadership is, and kind of who does what when. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now.
beautiful. Any impediments so far?
I think the impediments are just I'm really stuck on perfectionism and writing really crazy notes. And so it is taking me a little bit longer than it should to get through the modules. And so kind
Mhm.
of trying to use my time a little bit more wisely probably would be
Okay.
good.
So, all right. So that kind of impediment, I don't think
Yeah, you can't
a
really do
team
anything
member
about
can
that.
influence that. Yeah, it's only
Yeah.
something you can remove by yourself. So, but yeah, I think you are really making good progress. Like I said earlier, just having the first session with you, I think you have a smart mind, and I'm not even worried about anything. So, okay. So at this point, that's it. I would like us to do one thing before we close for today. I'd like us to create a dashboard where you will use it to track
Oh,
your
metrics.
metrics, how you're making progress within the sprint. Good. So go ahead and name it my
Sprint
Scrum
one.
project. Just put no, my Scrum project. That would be the standard dashboard that you use throughout the project. Because I see the name of your project is my Scrum project. So just continue with that. You don't need to put a description, that's fine. And then for viewers, click the drop down, click my organization or any login user on. Okay. No, you're not done. Go back on, click add.
This.
Mm-hmm. All right, then go to privacy.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't need to, yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, we just click user. It's okay. Just put user. So anybody that have access to, no. Okay. Who are the people? Is there any other email within this project or it's just your email?
That's my email.
Just type your own, Eva. Even though you already have access to it, type in, yeah, select it. So that's how you give edit access to other people
That's cool.
within your project. Yeah, that's it. So again, the my organization piece, where you selected my organization, right? No, I'm not asking you to change anything. I just want to explain what that is. So that's where, because if you don't select that option, only you will be able to see this dashboard. No one else will be able to see. But you will want your team and others in your organization to be able to see that dashboard. So that's why you gave that my organization access. So again, it has different levels of access. You can choose which one you want. So that's it. All right. At this point, there are some metrics that will help you track your sprint's progress, your daily progress, I mean. So go to the search gadgets, go to search. No, no, no. To towards the right, far right.
Here? No,
Right.
far.
No, no, no. Yeah, right up the search. Go to the search bar. Right there, yes. Type health. Right, select that one. Okay. Yes, go to what you just created.
Okay, here.
Right at the top. Yes, click the drop down. No, no, no. Say right there. No, leave it as Chrome board. All right. Go to yeah, it's okay. Click on that little update every 15 minutes. Click on that. Because you want it to automatically update every 15 minutes. So you don't have to manually go in and do anything. So click save. All right.
And is
Okay.
this pretty much the standard metrics that a Scrum team would use, or does different Scrum teams use different metrics to track?
Yeah, nobody will ever tell you as a Scrum Master what to use with your team. So you will have to use your own discretion to figure out what to introduce to them that will help them solve whatever problem they're trying to solve. So, but by standard, I always introduce this specific ones I'm showing you to every team I've worked with because it is always this is the really best metrics that they can use to track their daily progress. See, so all the teams I've ever worked with, I always teach them this thing. So this thing, you see, we have tons of metrics in here, but I'll tell you that they know they don't even know that there's anything in here like this. So they don't even bother. They don't know. So you will be the one to really introduce them to this kind of things.
And will this be the data that the PO uses to tell the story of kind of like what's been going on when they talk to the business?
Um, the team. So what I'm showing you right now mostly is really for the team. So in level two, you will have more understanding of these things. Again, this is really the first time I'm introducing this particular one to any level one person. I guess it's because we have the time. Because we know it's not even a topic, it's not even something we talk about.
Mm.
So, but yeah, so that's it. So right now, as you can see, the data it's showing 000 is because it has not been estimated yet. There's no estimate. So once we enter estimate, you should be able to see data start populating. Okay, I need you to search, go back to search time. Okay, search, okay, average time instead of, can you scroll all the way? Let's see. Oh no, search remaining, and remove the time and search remaining. Yeah, right there. Click the first one. All right, also click the second one. Uh-uh.
Oh, no.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We have them all. All right, those are two different things. So burn down chart. This one is the burn down chart that I wanted to set here. Can you scroll back all the way up? Okay.
Save then maybe?
Demo board. This demo board, which one is that?
Oh, it's a different. I have something else going on. I was first trying to
Okay.
figure it out.
Okay. I just want to make sure we are selecting the right board because that's very important. You need to make sure that the board you're selecting is actually the project you really want. If not, it's going to pull up metrics for something else. See? All right. Yeah, show sprint name. And then refresh interval. No, no, no.
Oh,
No.
no.
Okay. Go back to sprint. Go back to sprints. Select auto.
Okay.
The next sprint to, yeah. That way it will automatically update without you having to come in here and do anything. All right. Okay, click save. All right, this is your burn down chart, but it's showing like this because you don't have we've not estimated any story points or anything like that. All right, and we'll not go into details today because yeah, that's not part of the scope today. All right, can you scroll all the way the second one? The remaining, yeah. So this one really will show us the time that is remaining in the sprint. Show bot name. Show sprint name. I like to put that one too. Save.
Okay.
Yeah, see, we have 7 days left. We've already used 3 days in our sprint. All right, I like to um organize it to look a little bit nice and seamless. So maybe we want to drag the second one and drop it towards the right. See where you have, yeah, right like that. Yeah, it doesn't really matter the arrangement, but for me, I typically like my health and the remaining to be around the same area. So my bundle chart will actually be down, but it's all up to you. All right, that's it. So you should click done.
Right, all that work.
Um, you're becoming an expert already. Yeah, that's good. That's all I wanted us to achieve today. Like I said, this is really the first time I'm in all my years doing this in level one because it's not even a thing we talk about. But because we have the time today, that's why I just wanted us to do that. So that's pretty much it. So for your homework, I have homework for you. Chapter 3 is very short. I think chapter 3 is
Okay.
only like 40 minutes
Yeah.
content. There everything else is more of knowledge check in that chapter 3. So with that, I'd like you to um, I'd like you to learn the layout of a good user story. Have you heard about the layout of a good user story?
No.
Okay, please write that down. All right, it's the same thing as the template of a good user story. So I would like
Where-
you to learn that. Yeah, the template of writing a good user story. All right. So you will learn that, and then based on your understanding from the learning, you will go back to all your 8 stories and update them. That's all I need from you. So that's we're just taking step by step to develop user stories as they should. Because right now, what you have in there is only a skeleton of a story. It's not complex. It's really easy. But yeah, the minimum for a good user story, you should have that template, which is what I'm talking about. So I'm going to share a video with you. It's just a short video I made, and it's on YouTube. I made a while ago. I came up with my own design of a template of a good user story, but the normal traditional one, which is fewer steps, also I will share that with you. So you would use that information to now refine your user stories. Yeah, that's all I need from you. And then I would see you next week.
Yay.
All
Oh,
right, take care. Go ahead.
one thing is in the Slack, I did not see it. Maybe I overlooked it. The audio version for
Oh, I missed that. I didn't even remember. Okay, I'll make sure that goes in there today.
thank you. I'll listen. I like to listen to it when I'm working out.
Sure. Yeah. And then one thing too, if you have questions around anything, you rather than sending it personally, I'll suggest you put it in the group Slack because
Okay.
others may have the same question and they would learn from whatever we're talking about.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you, Eva. And